Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Collection. If you're watching this right now, you probably just got done watching the Game Gear episode, which is airing on the same day, simply because the collections are so small I can cover them in a single episode. But getting on here, if you haven't already been able to tell, since it's covering the entire screen, today we are covering the Virtual Boy. Now, honestly, this is probably my most prized collection right now, simply because I am only missing, from what I can recall, 2 items from the entire collection for the US released Virtual Boy. As you can see as I zoom out here, there's the games, cord, controller, the system. Honestly, there's not much else that was released. So let's start off here with my dusty ass system, which I probably need to start looking for a second one. I know last time I looked on eBay I could still find them in the box pretty good, but here is my system. It still works perfectly fine, a little dust covered since it's been sitting on a shelf on my entertainment center. The only drawback to this is that you had to sit at a table to play it. Unfortunately, they didn't make like a head strap or anything to keep it set on your head while you lay down and try to play it. Always had to do like some kind of weird balancing act, balancing the little stand off of your chest, and yeah, made for hours of fun gaming. Another little interesting fact about this whole setup here is that the Virtual Boy, to my knowledge, is actually the first system ever to pretty much tell the user that they need to take a break. They had fear that people would strain their eyes a little too much with the black and red screen, so they actually, it was like every 15 minutes it would pop up on the screen saying, now would be a good time to take a break. This is kind of annoying if you're like me and didn't have anything wrong with your eyes and just continued playing anyway, but I thought it was kind of a neat feature, I don't know, to at least voluntarily just go ahead and pause the game for you and just be like, hey, you seem tired, go ahead and take a break. And look at where we are today. We have the Kinect that comes out and tells you time to take a break, you've been going too long, and we also have the Wii, and yeah, every motion gaming says take a break. But I got a little off topic there. Sorry. Anyway, there's the system. Down below it I have the power cord, which this actually connects to the back of the controller. And if you're traveling, which the tabletop stand that wasn't a big deal anyway, they had this that you put on the back of the controller. Nice little battery pack, which held, what the hell did it hold? 6 AA batteries. Look at that. Same thing as a Genesis, but you know what? You get virtual reality. And moving on to the controller, it's your basic, well, it was advanced for the time considering that it had 2 D-pads, but a lot of the games allowed you to inverse the controls. So you could actually use the select and start as the A, B buttons and completely swap your controller around. And it actually had the back buttons. And here was your on-off switch for the whole system itself. Moving on yet again to the games. I do actually own the entire US released collection here. And just gonna throw this out there before I get into the games. If anyone knows if the Japanese games can be played on a US Virtual Boy, please let me know. Because I know they have a couple of titles that were never released in the States, and I would honestly like to add them to my collection if I don't have to find a Japanese Virtual Boy. Especially from what I hear, the 3D Space Invaders is supposed to be one of the best ones ever. But I digress. Also, from what you can see here, not only do I have the entire game collection, I have the guide, or the instruction manuals to every single game. So it is my most complete game collection to date. First up we have Virtual League Baseball. Not really a baseball fan, but had to complete the collection. And as always, my trusty pinball games. This is probably a game I have put the most time into my entire life. I think I might have said that for 1 hour game, but this is actually the one. I'm surprised my Virtual Boy is not dead by now. Then we have golf. Honestly, don't really remember much about this game. I think I expected it to be like the NES Open, and it wasn't. Then we have the Jack Bros. Probably the only actual story-based game here, aside from, I think, Wario Land. But that game is pretty fun. As you can see, I got this one used, and yeah. Still plays great, though. Next up, we have Mario Clash. Kind of a throwback to the original Mario Bros. Arcade game. Mario Tennis. Not much to say there. Tennis game. Balls flying directly at your face. Ha ha ha. Nestor's Funky Bowling. The only time that a bowling game has actually been really fun to me, aside from the Nintendo Wii. Minus the controller to the TV. Woo! Then we have Panic Bomber. Red Alarm, which was extremely fun, but I always get confused for which one I like better with one of the upcoming games. Telero Boxer. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on crack. Find their weakness, and there you go. And the final boss character is just a robot being controlled by a little kitty cat. Then we have 3D Tetris. Gotta love the Tetris game on any form. Vertical Force, the game I commonly confuse Red Alarm for some reason. Wario Land. Wario actually got his own adventure game on the Virtual Boy here, but Mario did not. Kind of weird. And then we have Waterworld, the only movie tie-in game that was released. And all I remember about this game is getting on a goddamn ship and just sailing around. Landing somewhere, doing random stupid crap that isn't even memorable, and then getting on a ship and sailing around again. The most boring fucking game. Never mind. There's boringer games. More boring games. There we go. But anyway, there's my entire collection. The entire US collection, mind you. And as I said at the beginning, I am missing 2 items from all this. I do not have the link cable so that 2 people could play against each other. And for some reason, I do not have my instruction booklet for the Virtual Boy itself. I'm sure I've got one somewhere, but it's not here, so I'm not counting it as part of the collection right now. So there you go. 2 items away from completely completing the Virtual Boy collection. And there you have it. Hope everybody has enjoyed this episode of the collection today. Tune in next week when I will be doing, let's see, what would be up next? You know what? We will finally go ahead and cover the Genesis next week. So until then, happy gaming everybody. And I will see you in my upcoming episodes. Later.